Welcome to my mess. Guys, look at what my studio has become. Actually, I moved. I'm living somewhere else now, so everything that was in the studio I brought here. Today, we're starting a series to create our own studio in this space, which will be much better than the last one. Just take a look at the amount of stuff I need in order to record. I tried to organize some things like this so I could find my way around to record these days, since I've already been recording like this for 2 weeks, but man, I really need to fix this properly. I have a lot of these organizer boxes here. See, the idea is to set up some kind of shelf system here with organizer boxes and set up the studio in this corner, right? The background is slightly different now, with a table in front and some space for a cabinet. I have a cabinet for storage over there and need to organize everything. I need bottles, but just tossing them in a bag isn't good. I need better storage, a place for the microwave, and space to record videos with it. So today I started putting some things together for that. I bought this. Look, it's going to get better. I had the previous studio since the beginning when I started recording. I had some wooden stands on the floor. It was a bucket full of gravel to add weight, and on top was the lamp, which by the way is right here. That was my softbox. I put the lamps here, look, because they're those long bar lamps, but they don't light up much. Man, so is it bad over there? I came up with this idea and recorded it for the short videos that will be released here. You'll see it too. But then I decided to do a little better than the one I just made. So I'm going to film it for you. It'll be the first step in each episode, doing a bit of work. So today I already want to get the lighting ready, which are the 2 softboxes, which are the most important. They're here. I used a 40-watt bulb, but I'm thinking about using this one up here. It's 100 watts. It's much more powerful. It has the same power as this big one here. Look, I wanted to use it, but it's 220 volts, so it makes it a bit complicated to use. I'll leave it to screw into the ceiling, somewhere I can get 220 power. We'll set up the studio here and also set up, though I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it from up here. Look, over there, that's where our workshop is, where I used to make the knives. It's up there, and it's an even bigger mess than here. I'm even afraid to go in there, so in the next episodes we're going to go in there and clean it up, so we can record the videos that need the bench grinder and drill press, those heavier videos. It has to be upstairs, right? So we don't make so much noise and dust down here, since most of the videos we record are on the table. So, the first thing we're going to make here is the softbox. I have this cardboard box here. I already reinforced it with some staples to make it sturdy. And now, I need to position it on this thing here. Look, I decided to start this series for you guys like this because I want your tips on what I should put in the set, okay? So if anyone has any cool ideas for us to decorate this here, to make it really nice and also useful, you can leave your suggestions down below in the comments. I'll be keeping an eye on the comments and figuring out the best way to do it, right? So it can look nice for you to watch too. We're going to screw a lot of things into the wall here, break a lot of stuff, and we'll have to put in a door. Anyway, it's going to be a really crazy series here, so I'll be waiting for you every week so we can make this series together. Look, I made a little hole on top. I'm gonna fit the thread it has like this, okay? At the bottom, it already has the hole from the box itself. So it's gonna have a slight tilt here. Look, a little bit forward, just like this, so it can stay really firm. I'm going to glue it here with hot glue so it won't come off anymore, because this part won't be removable. Man, it's been a while since I recorded this kind of long video for you guys. Because I didn't have space where I lived, the space was very limited, so I couldn't make these kinds of videos like vlogs, construction and stuff, so it was really complicated. Now that I've moved to the countryside, recording these videos will be much easier for us. Look at the light bulb we're going to use. This one here. Look, no watts, so let's put the bulb in. It's going to be about here, right? I'll hold it in place and trace around it so we can cut. Look, the background is dark, but that's okay, we can still see the outline. I'm going to cut a little smaller than the outline, so it fits in tightly, because the cardboard itself needs to hold it in place, right? Since it gets pretty hot. So, we can even use a little glue, but there's no guarantee the glue will hold. With this setup here, I'll be able to make a really cheap softbox. That's the thing, right? You can buy it ready-made, but it costs a lot of money. And I don't want that. I want to use what I already have here. Just like we're going to do in the studio, let's try to use as much as possible of the things we already have here, so this studio ends up being really cheap. Alright, let's see if it fits tightly here. I want to leave this back part sticking out because that's the part that heats up the most. Look, that LED. But then the heat will stay outside and won't get trapped inside the lamp. That's it. Look, very good. I'm just going to, just for peace of mind, put a little bit of glue around here. But it's quite possible it'll soften when it gets hot, the lamp. Alright, look inside how it is, man. It's a big chunk of a lamp in here, man. I thought this little tripod was really cool. It gets a lot bigger. And the price, man, I bought it at a little store in the city where I used to live. It was R15. This here, bro, it gets really big. Look, it also gets smaller. I'll be able to take this somewhere. If I want to record somewhere else, I can transport it. The other one I used, I couldn't, it was a bucket full of gravel, right? Inside here, to make it more flexible, we're going to use aluminum foil. I'm thinking about building the wall over there, the one in the back, right? So I can make the background set with several boards and make it look like a tool shelf. So I'm going to hang all my tools there instead of having several boxes like before, right? I'll put up several boards, and then I'll screw the tools onto them. What do you guys think of the idea? What's the best way to do this? This part's done. I'll make the hole in front so we can add the diffuser. You'll see the idea I had with this diffuser, man. It's the same one I've been using since the beginning of the channel. It works well and is free, right? Here's the diffuser. It's one of those layers you find in a television, you know, those big television S. And when they break, people throw them away, right? Because it's too expensive to replace the screen. If you take one of those and take it apart, man, you'll find this thing here. See? It's really good for diffusing light. And it's free, right? I mean, you can get an old broken television for free anywhere on the street. People toss them on the street with electronics, often discarding many. You just need patience to take them apart, alright? Is that good? So I'm going to put the glue here and then I'll stick the thing in place, spread it all around like this so it doesn't come off, man. In place. While it dries, we're going to make the lamp socket, right? Which goes on the back part. I got this ceramic socket here. It will last longer, right? Look, I'm going to put it around here like this, okay? You have to strip a little more for it to work, man. I have a lot of ideas here. I'm going to screw a lot of things onto the wall to get rid of the echo in here. There's not as much echo now because there's already a lot of stuff, but if we fill all the walls, man, the sound will be perfect in there. In the other studio, there was no echo at all. When you went in there, you were like, wow, it's different. The sound inside, when you spoke, the sound was different. Because the wall had those egg cartons. Here, I'm not gonna put those egg cartons, but I want to fill the walls with cabinets. That way it does the same thing, right? The sound has nowhere to bounce and reflect. Everything is irregular, you know? You just screw it in here. Now that it's dry, I'll remove the excess on the side. All done. Look, check it out. Look at that. See? It's compact and you just plug it in. Let's go into a room over there. I'll show you guys how powerful this is. Look, I'm in a completely dark room. You can only see the little light from the microphone here. I'm going to plug it in so you can see the light beam. Hold on. There you go. Look at this, man, my friend. Just look at how strong this is, dude. It really lights up a lot. And if I put one on each side, it'll light up both sides of my face. Wow, really good. 100 watts, right? That's a lot too. And it diffuses well. Want to see? I'll show you here. Look, the light comes out from back there. See? Look at that. Really great. Look, just look at the power of this, man. Really cool. I'm just going to secure this wire here so it doesn't keep swinging like that, and it's done. We already have both soft boxes. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to make a promise to you for the next episode. We're going to go inside the workshop so you can see the situation in there. It's a mess. Man, my friend, there are so many critters in there. Spiders, scorpions, and termites. Man, termites are taking over in there. It's been a long time since I went inside. Months and months. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode then.